Silence, talking heads. What up? Hang on a sec. It's making me do this sign-in bullshit that takes forever just to be able to interact with my own fucking chat. Hang on. Give me just a sec. Hang on. Yes, it's me. Human Reviews Media. Cool. Alright. We are in this, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to talk about some movies that I've watched over the span of the past 24 hours. I have watched 2 separate movies. I know, 2 entire films in the span of 24 hours. It's insane. No one has numbers like me. Alright, hang on a moment. Let me inform the Discord that we're live on here as well. And then we can properly get started. Shut the fuck up, I don't want to hear myself. Discord here live on movie. Fucking misspelled movie twice. Movie channel. Alright, let me open CS, and then we're gonna dive straight into this. We're going tongue first into the movie talk, ladies and gentlemen. Diving right in. We're gonna talk about Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which I watched yesterday with Harley, and we're gonna talk about Knives Out, which I finished about an hour and a half ago. Chiva, you're not modded on this channel? Why are you not modded on the movie channel? Okay. Did I sleep? I slept yesterday from about 6 o'clock to about midnight. So I've gotten 6.5 hours of sleep. 6 o'clock to about half past midnight I slept. So I've been awake for like 8 hours now. Yeah, I am. My day started at half past midnight, and I decided that I was going to chill on call with my friends for a bit. Then I went and watched Knives Out, and now I'm here. Now I am here. By the way, there will be a request stream today, but it's going to start at 1 o'clock. I'm going to say and actually announce that in the Discord now. Request stream today will be starting at 1 o'clock. I'm gonna have to at everyone. At everyone. Request stream today will be starting at 1 p.m. instead of 2 or 3. There we go. Discord has been informed. Let's do this. That's just a bad angle. I am just not in the frame. There we go. Let's get this shit started. I'm excited. I've had a decent day so far. I'm feeling energized. I cried to some music earlier, man. I don't know why. When I woke up, I was like on call with my friends, and I left, and I listened to music. We're gonna wait until the movie talk starts. I sat there and I cried my eyes out like a little bitch to some music. I don't know why. It was just one of those times when I woke up, and then after that, I've just been feeling fucking amazing. There is genuinely nothing better than like crying like a pussy, and then the rest of your day being amazing. Like I went from that to watching Knives Out, which is pretty peak. So my day has been fantastic so far. I don't know about you guys. Fuck out my way. Alright, Five Nights at Freddy's is the one we're going to start with. What kind of music was it? I was listening to... What was I listening to? I started out listening to Breach. I listened to some songs off of Breach, which I did not cry to, but that was the music I started with. And then it got onto, what was it? I think it was yeah, I listened to Heaven and Cities by Talking Heads, which both of those songs, those are two songs that hit me right in the right places to get me emotional. Heaven and Cities off of Fear of Music by Talking Heads. Incredible tracks that just are absolutely gut-wrenching. So yeah, I cried to those. And then, because I was listening to some songs off of Breach, I was like, I want to listen to Drag Path, which is the unreleased track off of Breach, which you can find online. And that song is a 10 out of 10 track. That, too, made me cry like a bitch. Damn. Yeah, that song is just so immense. It's so something deeply relatable about its messages of being pulled to dark places and having to leave trails for people to find you. It's just, it's a tough track to stomach for me. It's a difficult one. It's very good, though. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're not here to talk about music. I don't talk about music anymore. I'm a movie guy now. I watch Five Nights at Freddy's and Knives Out, directed by Rian Johnson. Five Nights at Freddy's being directed by Emma something. What was her name? You put it in the chat. Emma Tammy. We're going to start with Five Nights at Freddy's, though. Do an anthology after the stream? Maybe. I could do an anthology episode after the stream, actually. Yeah, and then I'll set the music stream up first, and then if we do an anthology episode, I can just finish that and then get straight to the stream. Surely not. If I died there, that would have been embarrassing as fuck. So, I guess I'll start by saying my overall feelings on Five Nights at Freddy's, which is I really didn't like it. I found that film to be one of the worst written movies I've seen in quite a while. The dialogue is genuinely fucking horrible in that film, which, you know, shouldn't be the biggest problem if the story is solid, if the horror elements are solid, if the comedic beats it goes for are solid, if the emotions are there. But I felt none of that throughout the film. Now, I will say, in its defense, I'll get this out of the way. This film to FNAF fans is kind of what a film like Deadpool and Wolverine is to me. Where Deadpool and Wolverine is a film that puts, like, the fans first. It is a film for people who love the X-Men franchise, for people who know a lot about just Fox-era Marvel in general, for people who know a lot about, like, obscure Hollywood references and stuff like that. It is a film for fans first and foremost, you know? And Deadpool and Wolverine is my film. FNAF 2 is probably going to be... Okay, Purple didn't check his left, I guess. FNAF 2 is going to be that for FNAF fans, where it is just putting the fans first. As someone who is a sometimes casual enjoyer of FNAF, I was able... Well, not able, but I found this film to be fucking miserable. It is a brutal, but very fun watch. It was very fun watching this film with Harley. Harley enjoyed it. Harley is a big FNAF fan. He found the film to be an actually solid piece of adaptation of what goes on in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I don't know too much about the actual game lore, but from what I'm aware of, apparently it was done in a way that was tastefully different to the games, according to Harley. Yeah, just let that be a point of reference, that Harley, a diehard FNAF fan, thought the film was good. Kind of like old YouTuber movies in terms of quality. No, it definitely is more professional than that. It definitely... It is a competently made movie. I think that despite Scott Cawthon's terrible writing, the story being as flat as it is, the scares being as bad as they are, it is still a high quality production, you know? It's got Josh Hutcherson and Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich and Megan Fox, you know? There are names in this film that you would not be able to get in a more amateur production. Well, I say that actually, but John Cena is in the Fred movie. John Cena is in the Fred movie. So maybe that is some incorrect info from me. I'm gonna kind of try and take the film bit by bit, if that makes sense. Take the film in order of events and talk about why things didn't work for me, if that makes sense. Starting with, I guess we'll start with the opening scene, where as soon as it got to a certain part of the opening scene, I was immediately like, oh no, we're in for a rough ride. So it starts off with the backstory of this film, which is like this little girl who was killed by Matthew Lillard back in the 80s, who possesses the Marionette, which is the villain of this film. Is the Marionette, which is a character from FNAF 2, which I did remember from playing that game forever ago. Yeah, this little girl who possesses the Marionette, she sees this kid getting taken by Matthew Lillard, so she goes to the back of the Freddy's, the old 80s Freddy's, the original Freddy's, and she tries to save him, rescues him, but Matthew Lillard stabs her in the back, she dies, and yeah, she then possesses the Marionette. That's how the film opens. And the moment that I knew this film was gonna suck was we kind of get this part where she's sat there on the ground waiting for the Marionette to come out of the floor, because that's how the animatronic show opens. She's waiting for it to come out of the floor, not joining her friends at the table, and one of her friends comes over and is like, hey, come sit with us, you know? You can't just, like, let these animatronics be your friends or whatever. You need to come over and join us. And she's like, no, I don't want to. I just want to sit here and wait for the Marionette to come out. And then these two workers come over, and they're like, hey, little girl, what the fuck are you doing? Why aren't you going over and sitting with your friends? And then another one of them goes, hey, I think we should leave her alone. You know, she always does this every time she's here. And I forget what the specific line was. I'm paraphrasing there. The actual line was so, like, unbelievably terrible. I forget what it was. What it was the workers say to each other specifically, but I was like, "That's not how human beings speak. That's not how like humans talk to each other. That's the sequence of words that you chose there is like a child writing dialogue, and it was in that moment that I was like, oh no. Scott Cawthon writing this film by himself instead of having the help of the other writers like last time is going to be the biggest, what would be the right way of saying it? Achilles heel or something like that to this film? Or is Achilles heel a good thing? I don't know. It's basically the biggest letdown of this film is the fact that it was Scott Cawthon by himself this time. There is not a single interaction in this film that reads as competent, that reads as natural. Everything is so like every single line is just whatever Scott Cawthon thought up in the moment, and he just moved on. This entire film felt like a first draft, if that makes sense. And that's also like incredibly apparent when you take a look at the actual animatronic horror scenes, where every single scene that the animatronics are in, it's just jump scares. It's all jump scares. Legit, every 30 seconds. And they're cheap, shitty jump scares as well. It's not even like tension build and then like something that's legitimately disturbing or off-putting. It's just bang! You know? Out of nowhere. Just bang! Something launches at the screen. And it's startling. It made me jump. But not in a way where afterwards I was like, oh my god, that was terrifying. In a way afterwards I was angry. I was like, what the fuck? Did that seriously just happen? Like, that was my response. It wasn't fear. It was just like, oh, you son of a bitch. That was terrible. Like, it made me angry. You know? That is all that happens in this movie. Is silence, 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 bang. Silence, 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 bang. That's all that happens. Throughout this film's, like, hour and a half, whatever runtime. I don't even know how long the film was. It felt so much shorter than it was because nothing fucking happened. Like, when I say nothing happens in this film, it's like, technically a lot happens, but nothing that really matters. It's like, none of these scenes feel like they actually matter until you get to the final moment, where it's like, we are just location hopping aimlessly. Like, we're going here, and then back there, and then we're going here. Like, there is... The main bulk of this film takes place during this school science fair while that's happening. And what happens is, like, the little girl from the first film, she, like, wants to go and see the animatronics. She wants to go and see her friends. And then she gets manipulated by the marionette. So she goes there, and then there's this teacher who destroys her fucking school science project or whatever. So she then goes to get Chica, who is being possessed by the marionette from the old Freddy's location, and brings Chica to her school to kill the teacher, well, to present as a science thing for the robotics class. And then Chica just kills the teacher and they leave. You know? And it's like, why did that happen? Because what happens later is the animatronics get out anyway, because she is forced to, like, input this code that allows them to leave the building. So the animatronics get out anyway, so that didn't need to happen. It's just, we need a character that the audience thinks is a dick, and then we kill him off. Also, played by, what's his name? Something Wayne.
Meet.
He's like an iconic fucking, like, comedic actor. Plays Dennis Nedry in Jurassic Park. I forget his name. I don't know why. That's a name I should remember because he's, like, incredibly famous, and I've seen him in a bunch of shit. But I'm blanking on his name. The teacher's played by that guy, and it felt like just an excuse to have a violent kill where he gets his fucking head squashed, you know? And it's like, okay. That didn't need to happen, though. That didn't push us anywhere. Now we know that she had a teacher that was a dick, and the animatronic killed him. Chica killed him. That's it, you know?
Sorry?
Surely not, right? Surely you're not that kill hungry that you'd shoot through me at the enemies, right? Anyway. So that fucking happens. The way we get to the marionette in this film is also incredibly fucking stupid. So there's this group of teenagers who have this network TV show, by the way. We see it on a TV. She's scrolling through TV channels, and it gets to this group of teenagers literally filming with a handheld camera YouTube video level shit. And it's like a TV show that's just on TV, and it's them ghost hunting. So they're ghost hunters that go to Freddy's, like the original Freddy's, and they meet Michael, who was revealed to be Matthew Lillard's son. And all of these kids get killed. One of them is the brother from the new Final Destination film. One of them is McKenna Grace. There's also some fucking rando there who gets fucking slaughtered by mini marionettes. In like this fucking river thing, whatever. And yeah, so McKenna Grace is possessed by the marionette after she's killed. The marionette is like using her body as a puppet or whatever to like fuck everybody up. And the way that this happens is so stupid. So the marionette, it's revealed later in the film that the marionette is being contained in this like massive present box that opens up. It's being contained by music that is keeping the girl that got for fuck's sake, no one's checking anything. So it's being contained inside of this box. The soul of this girl is being contained inside this box by this little fucking toy that plays a specific song that keeps her asleep or whatever. And what happens is McKenna Grace's character lifts it up and like just tilts it a little bit so the music stops. And then her and her friends all just get fucking slaughtered. I will say there is a fairly cool kill where the brother from Final Destination, he gets like lifted up to the ceiling by I think it's called Mangle, the mangled version of Foxy, and he gets all of his limbs just ripped off. You're seeing arms and legs flying everywhere. This kid's getting fucked up. You know, again, I will say that the level of violence in this film for I don't want to say kids film, but a film geared towards kids is quite impressive. They don't hold back in terms of how these characters are killed, even if they don't show everything, obviously. So I have to give them that, is that they didn't hold back on how violent the film gets. So yeah, all of these characters are killed, and then... Have I been up all night? No, I went to sleep at 6 o'clock last night, woke up at midnight, so I've been up for about 8 hours. Well, half past midnight I woke up, so... Been up for about 8 hours. What was I saying? Yeah, what they do is they... Because the main little girl from the last... I already forget her name. The main little girl from the last film goes back to the Freddy Fazbear's that was where the first film occurred. She goes back there and she grabs this like fucking screen toy thing where the animatronics can communicate with her through that, because it can like display text and shit. And then the marionette takes over that little device and talks to her, pretending to be Chica, lures her to this new Freddy Fazbear's so that she like befriends the new animatronics, thinking it's the old ones that she made friends with in the last film. And I don't even like it's so difficult to wrap my head around because it's so fucking dumb. You have work tomorrow, you're gonna be so tired. That's bad aim. That's bad aim. So after she, you know, befriends this version of Chica, she starts being manipulated and whatnot. She starts, like, you know, they start telling her that, like, oh, we're your friends. We need you to do some stuff for us. We need... They kidnap, like, the Vanessa lady from the last film, and, like, they force her to, like, give them the code for the little girl to put in. To make it so the animatronics can like just run free or whatever. And there's something about all of the animatronics in this film that just seems so unthreatening. They move slow as hell. They're loud as fuck, so you can hear them coming from a mile away. They don't pose any genuine threat. It's just all of the characters are so fucking stupid. All of the characters that die are so fucking stupid. They just kind of remain stationary while the animatronics creep towards them and they get captured. It's... like, all of the characters make such dumb decisions. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the original Freddy's... because fuck it, why not? You know? I'm just gonna go to the original Freddy's. I'm talking about the Vanessa character here specifically. She's like, I'm just gonna go there because I know that the little girl went there and I just kind of want to see what's up. She's like fucking confronting her past or whatever in like the dumbest fucking way possible. Because she goes there and just lets herself get kidnapped by these fucking animatronics. And then... Of course, after that, the little girl goes back with Chica after fucking getting her teacher killed by Chica. She returns there. The marionette gets Vanessa to give him the code to the little girl so that they can all roam free outside of the restaurant. And oh wait, no, hold on, no. The Vanessa stuff happens before they go to the school. This is how shit the film is I don't even remember the order in which events happen. So the Vanessa stuff happens before she returns to the school. And so the little girl inputs the code, and then Chica goes to the school to help her, basically. Then Chica goes to the school to be her science project and fucking kill the teacher for no reason. Yeah, so then that happens. Chica and the little girl then just kind of disappear from the rest of the film until the third act. They just kind of take a back seat. Nothing else really happens with them. It's then entirely focused on Josh Hutcherson and the Vanessa character, where they are just on like this mad fucking wild goose chase, whatever the fuck the saying is, where they're trying to track down the little girl, somehow not knowing where she is, even though there's only 3 places she would be, which is her house, the school science thing, and the fucking original Freddy's. Those are the only 3 places she would possibly be. But they're like, oh my god, I have no idea where she could be. Where the fuck has she gone? How has she gotten away from us? Whatever. So they go to the original Freddy's. And they just kind of wander. They just walk about. Just so that they can have a bit that looks like FNAF 2, where you're sat there with the hallway in front of you with no door. And Josh Hutcherson's entire, like, everything he does for this portion of the film is just sit there and say where the animatronics are, which we already know, because Vanessa leaves to go and, like, hunt down the little girl. And Josh Hutcherson is just sat there while these animatronics are slowly coming towards him. Literally, like, they're at the other end of this hallway. He can see them down the end of the hallway, and they are just, like, taking 1 step a minute towards him. And he's just like, okay, the animatronics, like right around the corner from you. It's right on top of you. It's right on top of you. And these characters, they all already know where the animatronics are. Because by the time he's telling them, they're already in action sequences with them. He's not doing anything. He is the most useless fucking character in this film. He doesn't do shit. I genuinely, they couldn't give him anything to do. So they just shoehorn him into the film by having like, oh, well, he is our excuse to have our actual FNAF 2 section that's like, just like the game. It's so fucking dumb, man. It's so dumb. And then the way the film resolves is... Can I explain the movie again? You zoned out and stopped listening? No. Go pay money to watch it instead. No, but anyway. The way the movie ends is that, like, after Josh Hutcherson finally gets out of the original Freddy's location, he goes to the other one from the first film, and he stood there, he's like, look, I don't know if any of you old animatronics are still alive, I don't know if you're still here or if you've left to wander about the earth, but listen to me, if you actually care about whatever the fuck my little sister's name is, you will come and you will save the day, you will come and you will fight with us. And then he gets no response and he just leaves, whatever. He goes to his house where Chica has taken the little girl and she's like there with the marionette ready to, you know, kill everybody. And all of the other animatronics show up, the ones that were at the original location who were introduced to in this film, all of the toy animatronics. They show up at the house, they're ready to kill Josh Hutcherson, they're ready to kill Vanessa, they're ready to kill the kid.
One more.
And I shit you not, a We Are FNAF moment happens. We Are FNAF happens in this film, where all of the animatronics from the first movie just show up. Dead ass, I'm not joking, they just appear. Out of thin fucking air. And they kill all of these new animatronics. They kill all of the villains of the film by ripping them in half. They legit just spawn in, and they're there, out of fucking nowhere. And they save the day. That's the resolution of this film. That's the big wrap-up finale, is that they spawn in and they just kill everyone. They kill all of the villains. And then they die. I forgot about that fact. Of course, all of our animatronics from the first film just die for some reason. And then we get a scene because Josh Hutcherson's little brother is one of the is Freddy, I think. Or is he Chica? I forget. The soul of Josh Hutcherson's brother is in Chica. And, yeah, we get a scene where his ghost kind of appears as the animatronics die. And he goes, "Look, you've saved us and we are eternally grateful, but he's coming. You need to be ready because while we may not be here to defend you anymore, he's coming." And then you get a scene where they're all like, Who could possibly be coming? Who is it? And then the ghosts just disappear and they're dead. And they move on to heaven. Now, there's a post-credit scene that sets up FNAF 3, where it's revealed that these people who the Freddy's location from the first film is about to be demolished, and then these people who are there to steal a bunch of shit so they can sell it go there, and it's revealed that Springtrap is in the back with Matthew Lillard's fucking lifeless carcass in it. And is being revived. Matthew Lillard is secretly alive in there. And he's gonna, come and he's gonna, fuck everyone's day up in the next film. Matthew Lillard's role in this movie is entirely in dream sequences. Matthew Lillard's role in this film is Vanessa is having dreams about him. So that they can have a forced sister location reference, because one of the animatronics from sister location shows up in the dream sequence. That's his entire role in this film. Matthew Lillard is great. We love Matthew Lillard. And you know what? The two scenes he has in this film, he does great. I also like Skeet Ulrich in this film as the dad of one of the dead kids as well. Skeet Ulrich does well in this film as well. This is a fun, bad movie. The writing is so shit. The horror sequences in this film are so terrible. I was laughing at this movie. I was having a good time. Right? It is a fun, bad film, especially if you are watching with other people. Harley was loving the film, but even he was laughing at it with me. They throw in the fucking, the video of the guy going, ho, 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 ho. That has a reference in this film. Okay? There is a reference to that in this film that had me pissing myself. There's stuff like that I appreciated, where I did have fun. But this is not a good movie. I cannot sit here and seriously recommend you watch this at all. Because this is so terribly written. The events of this film are so nonsensical. This is a movie that so does not need to exist that I cannot recommend you watch it unless it's with a group of friends who will sit there and take the piss out of it. I give this film a 3 out of 10. A flat 3 out of 10. Fun bad, but bad. That's my review of FNAF 2. I got to factor in enjoyment. Yeah, it's a 3 out of 10 movie, but fun with a group of friends. That's the experience Harley had, JC. Harley, as a FNAF fan, Harley liked it. He said that it satisfied what he wanted out of this film as a fan of the property. So, I'd say if you're a diehard FNAF fan, see it. If not, only watch it if you're with a group of rowdy friends who will take the piss out of a bad movie. Then you will have a good time. And there is my review of FNAF 2. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now we move on to the main event, which is Wake Up Dead Man, the new Knives Out movie, directed by Rian Johnson, starring, of course, Daniel Craig returning as Benoit Blanc, but also Josh O'Connor, Josh Brolin, Jeremy Renner, Andrew Scott, Thomas Hayden Church, what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? Jeffrey Wright has a small role in this film. Okay, this film was so fucking good. I cannot describe to you how much I adored Wake Up Dead Man. Probably my favorite of the 3 Knives Out films, all of which are in the 8 to 9 out of 10 range, by the way. Knives Out 1, I'd probably give a high 8 to a 9. Glass Onion, I would give like a solid 8. This film, I would give a low to solid 9. I fucking adored this film. It's so good. It's so good. The way this film tackles politics and religion is so beautiful. As someone, I mentioned this in my review, as someone who has such a negative perspective on Christianity and Catholicism due to my personal experiences with it, due to how much I have seen it directly negatively affect people like me and people around me. This film highlights the positives and the negatives that come with that religion so beautifully. You have Josh O'Connor, who is this optimist surrounded by bad people, who use Catholicism and Christianity for nothing but personal gain. And he is this guy who wants to use it for good, who wants to actually be a beacon of light for people, to be the best priest he can be and move past all of the bad shit he has done in this life. And then you get Benoit Blanc come in, as he is this jaded, cynical guy who is not religious, who sees kind of what Josh O'Connor is doing, and is kind of just there to be the representation of atheism in this film. He is kind of... You get 2 perspectives in the movie. You get the perspective of a religious person and the perspective of an atheist. And the way that they balance these 2 out, the conversations that they have, are so fucking incredible. Genuinely. It's a film that was able to make me think about religion. It was able to make me think about politics, and actually was able to hold up a mirror and make me look at the positives and the negatives. And the film is actually a religious think piece, which usually, if you tell me there is a religious think piece that is 50% from the perspective of a Catholic, I would hear that and I would think, oh my god, that is going to be the worst shit ever. But no, this film... It's such a beautiful tackling of those subjects that is so respectful, that is so thoughtful, that is so nuanced, that gets into the details, that doesn't pull any punches, but also isn't disrespectful to either side. I think that... I don't know. Josh O'Connor's character, Judd, is such a perfect counterpiece to Benoit Blanc, where... he is such an optimistic, such a happy guy who is willing to do anything to make the lives of people around him better. And Benoit Blanc just coming in and being this like smart ass, being this guy who will do anything to get to the bottom of what's really happening, kind of, being evidently uncomfortable in the position he is in, having to surround himself with all of these religious people, but pushing through anyway, trying to find common ground with these people so that he can get to the bottom of this. It's just such incredible character work. Some of the best writing of the Knives Out films, in my opinion. They're the characters that I surprisingly found myself getting the most invested in. Every single scene... all of these characters, I will say maybe Andrew Scott's character is the one that I felt like was the most underdeveloped. I love Andrew Scott. I think that he is one of the most fun and most interesting actors working today, and I wish that he got a bigger part in this film. But everyone else, Jeremy Renner's character was absolutely fascinating. I think that, obviously, Judd is great as well. Maria, the kind of second hand to Josh Brolin, is a contender for the most fascinating character in the entire film. Thomas Hayden Church's character is like a fun addition in there, just to kind of flesh out this group. What do they call them? I forgot what they call the group, but they have a specific name for it. Is Andrew Scott the guy from Fleabag? Yes. Andrew Scott is the guy from Fleabag. Just across the board, incredible character work. Besides Andrew Scott, who could have used a little bit of fleshing out, in my opinion, as like this sci-fi writer who was this mega right-wing dude. But no, everyone else was very fun in this film. I love the mystery that is being unwoven throughout this film as well. It does such a great job at completely flipping the script. Every like 15 minutes. Once the mystery actually kicks in, it takes about half an hour for the mystery to kick in. You get so much character work at the beginning of this film. It's 30 minutes of establishing this church. It's 30 minutes of introducing us to all of these characters, what it is they do, how they interact with Josh O'Connor's character. He is the lead of the first half of this film, essentially. And the first half an hour is entirely just character setup. And then once the mystery kicks in, it's like, okay, we're figuring out who killed Josh Brolin and how they killed him. And it's like, okay. You assume one thing is happening. Initially, it's like, okay, who is it who killed Josh Brolin? Okay, now we need to figure out how they killed Josh Brolin. Wait, that was impossible. So we go down this rabbit hole. I forget what it was initially that they go through. It kind of feels like it's echoing the previous two films. And then it kind of turns into something completely different. It's eventually revealed that Josh O'Connor was an unreliable narrator for the bulk of for his entire section of the film, because he didn't reveal that he had taken the flask and stuff like that. And then we think that he is the person who was responsible for all of this, and then it's revealed that that Josh Brolin might actually still be alive, and then that's revealed to be false. And then after that, you're left thinking like, okay, who could have actually done this? And then you get this moment towards the end of the film that is so beautiful, where Benoit Blanc is laying out everything. He is describing everything that has happened, and then halfway through he stops. This light shines down on him, and he's like, in front of you people, I cannot solve this case. I cannot sit here and tell you guys what happened. Everyone leaves. And then you get the reveal that he actually does know. And he forces Martha, who is revealed to be the person behind everything. He forces her... Well, doesn't force her. He opens it up for her to confess. And throughout this film, confessionals between the priests have been such a big factor. That's the entire dynamic of Josh Brolin and Josh O'Connor's characters were literally the confessionals between the two of them. That was their entire dynamic. And the film, the entire final resolution of that is a confessional, where she is on her knees describing everything that happened in great detail, only for it to then, again, be twisted on its head again, that she had poison on her lips, and she was rushing through it for the sake of confessing before she died. She put the same poison on her lips that she had given to Jeremy Renner's character. Didn't even talk about that whole thing. The reveal of, like, everyone who was actually involved and how it was actually half the group that had to take part in the murder. So, like, the way that unveiled itself, and we see how Jeremy Renner was involved, how Thomas Hayden Church was involved. The writing, again, so sharp. The clues. It's not a case of, like, oh, they seem so obvious by the time you get there, but there's just little things that they drip feed you that, like something as small as, like, a metal clanking sound becomes such a massive part of the film. Something as small as 9 seconds of time where Josh O'Connor wasn't on screen becomes such an imperative part of the film. Just 9 seconds are that important. It's crazy. It's so fucking crazy. Oh my god.
What?
Shut the fuck up. So yeah, I had an incredible time with this film. I'm going to get more into it, obviously. I'm not leaving the review there. I've only been talking about it for like 10 minutes at this point. But yeah, I have to say, it is my favorite of the Knives Out trilogy, I think. Solid 9. One of your favorite characters was the woman who was shunned by everyone else in her life. The woman who was shunned by everyone else in her life. Oh, do you mean the lawyer lady? Oh, poor girl. Oh, yeah. The what was it they called her? The harlot whore or something like that. She was a fascinating piece of this film. I didn't expect her to be such an important piece of the puzzle. I legit thought that she was just going to be like some context background for Josh Brolin's character, but she ends up being like the entire fucking catalyst for everything that happens. It's really cool the way that they take things that seem like such small details and make it like just as imperative as everything else to the film. All of the details matter throughout this thing, man. Like where characters are at specific times, what characters say, the tiniest minute sounds all matter. It's so cool. And yes, they do. They flesh the harlot whore out so much. She has one line of dialogue. She has one line of dialogue in the entire film. She has a handful of scenes, but her only line is her saying, "Tell me where it is," to that little girl at the end, to the little version of Martha at the very end. That is her only line of dialogue in the whole film. It's crazy. But the writing is so sharp. The context, I will say exposition work, is so good throughout the entire rest of the film that our perspective of the harlot whore shifts so many times. And our impression of who she actually is keeps getting changed and keeps getting messed with until the final reveal. And that final moment of closure from Martha, where she finally refers to her as the poor girl instead of the harlot whore. So cool. Just some actually fucking incredible writing, dude. Like, Rian Johnson has crafted a trilogy of just S-tier whodunit films that each have something to say, that each build such incredible worlds, that each have such great writing and character work, that each have mysteries that are so meticulously crafted It's insane. Harlot Whore is redundant. But that's what they refer to her as throughout this film. God. And I need to talk about how good the cinematography in this film is. Obviously, the actual visuals are not like the most important factor of the film or anything like that. I'm never going to sit here and be someone who will criticize a film purely based on how it looks, unlike people on Twitter. But no, the visual aspects of this film are fucking beautiful. It's shot like a 70s movie, with all of the incredible tracking shots, lots of great crash zooms throughout this film. The use of zooms in this film give it, like, I don't know, kind of an almost classic Sam Raimi, like, visual appeal at points. Like, there are points that feel like they're shot like an old horror film. It's like the best point of comparison I can use, is they look like 70s and 80s horror films, some of these shots. And they're fucking beautiful, man. The lighting in this film is insane. There's this one shot of when they enter the church that keeps getting mirrored throughout the film, where it's the shadow on the wall and then the silhouette of the person with the sun. And there is a shot of the harlot whore coming through the door and, like, a red sun behind her. Like, that's meant, obviously, is echoing the imagery of, like, the devil taking over someone, of evil, and the temptation of Eve taking over someone. The red sun behind her, as she comes through the door with that massive, immense crash zoom on her, genuinely is one of the most breathtaking shots I've seen in a film this year. Beautiful. Just some S-tier cinematography, incredible set design, direction. The color grading of the film, again, feels like it's meant to evoke an old horror film where it's grainy, it looks imperfect. There's something about it that kind of has an almost surrealist quality. And I legit, like, it was one of those shots that kind of makes you short of breath because it's just so beautiful. Nothing will ever beat the shot from Knives Out with yeah. That's like not his establishing shot, but that feels like one of the most iconic shots from the entire film. Yeah, Rian Johnson's direction. I think that he is one of the most impressive directors working right now. Like, obviously, people are very mixed on the film across the board. But he is the best part of Star Wars 8, in my opinion. Like, The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson is the best part about that film. That film is stunning visually. The direction in that film is some of the best in a blockbuster in throughout the 2010s, full stop. I think that his visual flair on that film is the best part about it, and it's not even fucking close. I adore what he does with that film. He's the best and worst part. I don't know. I'm mixed on Star Wars 8. I don't hate it like other people do. I don't love it like other people do. It's a 5 out of 10 movie for me. I think that what Rian Johnson does is interesting. I think that what Rian Johnson does has some massive positives. I actually like what he does with Luke Skywalker. Everyone online is like, oh, they took Luke Skywalker, who was meant to be this perfect fucking all good altruistic character, and they made him flawed. They made him make a mistake. And I'm like, no. There's a little bit more nuance to that than that. I think that what Rian Johnson does with Luke Skywalker is quite interesting in that film. But also you get some stuff like the casino plotline, which, while it does have a great performance from Benicio del Toro, is fucking terrible, you know? I think that the multiple plots in the film, some of them are more interesting than others. I'm expecting Star Wars fans to have media literacy. I know. But Star Wars 8, it's a 5 out of 10 movie for me. But Rian Johnson is the best part about it for me. His direction is the best part about it for me, at least. I think that he is able to make probably the best looking Star Wars film, handily. The practical effects the use of practical effects, the way it's blended with some of the most like spotless, beautiful VFX as well. Like, think about the salt planet. Think about something like that iconic shot of the ship going into hyperspace through the other ships. Just incredible stuff. The best visuals across Star Wars in general, in my opinion. And Rian Johnson brings that same flair to this film, except instead of it being like a grand space epic, this film, it has a Wi-Fi went out.
Let's roll.
My fucking Wi-Fi went out. As I was saying, yeah, Rian Johnson brings that same visual flair to this film. Instead of it being a space epic, instead of it being a space epic, instead of it being, you know, this grand blockbuster, it has the feeling of a 70s horror film. There is that grit, there is that imperfection, there is that kind of rough and tumble graininess and that eeriness to this film. Obviously, it takes place in a church. Obviously, a lot of the film, you know, there's imagery of like the graveyard and like the body of Christ shown throughout the film. It feels like an old horror movie a lot of the time. It's shot like an old horror movie, and I fucking love that. Just such a great visual flair to apply to this film. Is this seriously buffering? It's fine on my end. Is he only done Star Wars and those other three? No, Rian Johnson has directed some other stuff. I forget what other films he's done. Like, those are the big notable ones to me. But no, Rian Johnson does have more credits under his belt. He is a well-established director. It would be crazy if Star Wars was his directorial debut. No. It reminds me also of, like, some John Carpenter stuff. There's some shots that feel a little like Ridley Scott in Alien as well, with some of, like, the perspective-based stuff. It's not only Sam Raimi, though Sam Raimi was, like, the most notable one to me. Like, Evil Dead 2 Sam Raimi, you know? But no, there's also some influences very evidently from John Carpenter and Ridley Scott as well. You apologize, that was uncaught. You're all good, you're all good. That's my bad for not giving more examples. I should be a better reviewer, giving more examples than just fucking Sam Raimi. But no, Rian Johnson very evidently is in love with classic horror. The Shining as well, actually. Yeah, Stanley Kubrick. A lot of, I would say... Actually, well, I'll take it back to the shot of her bursting through the door. Feels like a mix of like a Stanley Kubrick surrealist shot with like that kinetic energy of a Sam Raimi shot, where it has that massive crash zoom. The shot itself is so manic and is meant to evoke a feeling of, you know, just pure chaos. And it's being matched with like a surrealist beauty, like the red moon behind her, the symmetry of the church, all of, like her moving through the pews. Crazy shot, beautiful. Rian Johnson directs the hell out of this film. It's the Knives Out film with the most visual source, easily. He wears his influences on his sleeves, but doesn't feel like he's like borrowing them tastelessly. It's a very tasteful reimagining of these 70s horror influences, in my opinion. So yeah, I think that from a direction standpoint, this film is absolutely fucking incredible. I also love all of the performances in this film. again, I've talked about like how I think the character work is amazing, but you also get some pretty incredible performances out of Josh O'Connor. I don't know the name of the lady who plays Martha, but she does a fucking amazing job in this film. Her scenes where she is, you know, being this insane religious person, you know, crying that Satan has arrived and has infested the church, or when Josh Brolin's body ascends from the tomb, she's out there like, oh, praise be to God, he has resurrected our friend from the dead, or whatever. And she is so utterly convincing in that, and then so utterly convincing in her faking it the entire time. It's crazy. Why do I think he might have gone for that horror influence to create a felt sensation representative of the murder? I think it's to match the religious themes. Obviously, a lot of old horror deals with religion. You're thinking The Exorcist, Evil Dead has some religious undertones as well, stuff like that. I think it's because this is a film entirely centered around religion, God, and the devil. The devil is a heavy piece of imagery throughout this film. The entire murder revolves around a weapon that has the devil symbolism on it. And I think it's because of that. I don't know, 70s horror aesthetics, in terms of media I have enjoyed, well, 70s and 80s horror, I don't know why I just say 70s, 80s as well. Those horror aesthetics have been such a big part of media I've enjoyed recently. I remember season 2 of Loki also was very, very much had a lot of 70s flair. Like, a lot. As well. And there's also been, like, a handful of other, like, TV shows and films that I've watched that felt like they've taken influence from those same places. It's weird. I feel like that kind of graininess, imperfection, that rawness is making a bit of a comeback in terms of stuff that is well regarded and popular these days. And I like that. You get some seriously, like, truly beautiful shit when it comes to that style. I also love the way this film is structured. It's half and half. Half of it... The first half of the film is Benoit Blanc reading this note that Josh O'Connor wrote. It's revealed at the halfway point that he gets him to write down all of the events so far, and then we cut to a shot of him reading the note, which is all of the events. And basically, the opening shot of the film is him reading a letter, to be fair, but it's kind of revealed to us that this is the letter he's been reading, is that all of the events of this film so far have been written down by Josh O'Connor's character, and Benoit Blanc is just reading them. This recounting of everything that happened from his perspective. And then it shifts focus into Benoit Blanc's actual perspective of the rest of the events of the film. That's the point where we fully shift perspectives from Josh O'Connor to Benoit Blanc. Well, I don't know why I'm not saying his name. Judd is the character's name. That's the point where we switch from Judd's perspective to Benoit Blanc's, and the film takes a completely different course. And that's where things start really ramping up, where all of the twists, all of the changes happen. It's like even more like jarring than all of the reveals in the first Knives Out, where that film really fucks with your perspective. It really fucks with like who you trust and which characters are reliable and who is telling the truth and who we have our suspicions on. Like, the finger gets pointed from Josh O'Connor, and then it's kind of darted about some of the other characters, back to thinking it's Josh O'Connor, back to him then being innocent, and then you get the reveals of what actually happened, who was behind everything. It's such a mindfuck. It's genuinely such a mindfuck. Of course, with a mystery film like this, you want there to be twists. You want there to be unexpected shit that happens, obviously, but I feel like Rian Johnson, with these 3 films, and this one in particular, does that in the most satisfying and shocking ways that I've seen out of any, like, more recent mystery films. Like, jaw on the floor type shit. If he was innocent, why did he go to the police station? No, because he thought he was the one who killed the groundskeeper, Samson. It was revealed that Jeremy Renner killed him. Jeremy Renner's character, Nat. But, no, he thinks that he's the one who did it because he got knocked out, and then it's revealed that Jeremy Renner killed Samson. Is it better than one battle? Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. I will say I enjoyed this a little more than one battle. I was just that little bit more invested in this. One battle is also incredible, obviously. A PTA masterpiece right there, but this film I enjoyed a little bit more than one battle. This film was fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. And I'm going to be going to the cinema later this week to see Avatar 3 with my friends. And if my friends don't go, I'm going to watch it by myself. Like, I'm so excited. This film is an event, not only for itself, but for other movies. You know? We're getting a new Odyssey trailer along with it. We're getting the Avengers trailer along with it. We're getting the Spider-Man trailer along with it. I think we are also getting a trailer for another big film that's releasing this year. I forget which one it is. Like, it's an event in that it's a new Avatar film, a new James Cameron film, and it's an event in that we are finally getting trailers attached to it for so many big films next year. It's like... Avatar 3 is essentially the bridge between 2025 and 2026 in cinema. It's fascinating, the rollout around this film. And I'm very excited. Not only for the film, not only for the trailer, sorry, but for the film as well. Because I'm an Avatar enjoyer. I watched The Way of Water for the first time earlier this year with Maya, actually. Like, I watched that when I was around hers. Because I hadn't seen it when it came out in cinemas. So I was like, well, I may as well finally watch it since the new one's coming out this year. GG. Yeah. I watched Avatar 2 with Maya earlier this year, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm excited about Avatar 3. I'm excited. Avatar 2 was really good. We doing Anthology tonight? I'll do Anthology. I had that one? No, I couldn't defuse it in time. I could not defuse in time, even with kit. It takes me 5 seconds, and the bomb was too close. For fuck's sake! Why do my stupid-ass, goofy-ass, retard-ass teammates have to throw a flash and completely fuck up my flow? Like, just completely cuck me. Just completely cuck me. God damn it, man. Yes, I'll be doing an anthology right after this stream. I'll do another episode of it. Shane about to miss another anthology episode. Unlucky. What's with the harsh language? Do you not hear me on these gaming streams? Language like that is commonplace on here. My goofy-ass teammates who are like, oh, I have util. Let's use it straight away. And fuck everyone else. Exactly, unlucky. I've had a cup of tea here this whole time that I've not been drinking. You know what, chat? I know I had one yesterday. I think I'm going to get myself another McDonald's breakfast. I'm craving those pancakes again. After the stream, I'm ordering myself a McDonald's breakfast. Gotta wait for that to get here, and then once it's here, I will kick off watching the anthology. What's the weirdest place you've seen Paul do an interview so far? He's not done any weird places. He's done one sat in a chair in the middle of his studio. He's done one behind the piano. He's done another one somewhere random in his fucking studio. Can't wait to see where he ends up next. I did see that, Chivo. That shit was pretty funny. Like fucking Charlie Kirk coming in. Sorry, Charlie Kirk. Epstein coming in and stopping the bullet. That was fucking gold. Actually, the craziest shit ever. We're actually playing really well this game, by the way. Like, I'm top. I'm not even going positive, but I'm still top, you know? That's how you know it's a good game. Exactly. 6'9". How did you get there so fast? How the fuck did you... You can't get there that fast. No, you can't get there that fast. The entire reason doing that push works when you're on CT is because you get there before T swings at the end of the hallway. They can't get there that fast. That guy has no way, even if he spawns closest, he can't get to that point before I get there. Because I spawned closest. How the fuck did he do that? I'll follow the son off of Beatles for sale. Wall hacking? That's not... That doesn't affect your speed. He might have B-hop hacks. It won't be no clip. B-hop hacks are actually very common. Dog shit. My teammate's dog shit, unfortunately. Whatever. We're winning this game anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. Give me that. Watch this. This is a very bitch play that I'm about to do. But I need you guys to see this. This only works if people end up actually going B. I didn't expect them to come down here, but that works as well. Holy shit, that scared the shit out of me. Wow. So I'm on for an ace right now. Never mind. Yeah, if you guys want like a bullshit tactic that usually works, go through mid, go down tunnel, and hold. Well, don't hold. Usually push up, but then they were pushing, which I wasn't expecting. That did give me a bit of a fright. What is that? Chewy the dog? I don't know what that is. Just climb up the ladder. Do it. You know you want to. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. What's this? Fuck! That timing. Holy fucking aura. What's that after the game? Will do. Don't flick. Stop flicking. You're not him. Defuse! You have kit. What are you doing? Should have won that round. Should have won that round. I guess I can talk about stuff I'm highly anticipating next year. Since I've kind of given my review of Knives Out at this point, you guys know my feelings on it. Next year, I am heavily looking forward, of course, to the Marvel stuff next year. It's a big year for Marvel. Punisher special, Daredevil Season 2, Wonder Man in January, Spider-Man as well. I'm very excited across the board that those are all things that feel, besides, obviously, besides Wonder Man, which is kind of a smaller character, all of those things, I don't know, it kind of feels like moving back to that golden age where everything was exciting. Like, a new Spider-Man directed by Destin Daniel creating, that's exciting. Daredevil Season 2, that's exciting. The Punisher getting his own special, that's exciting. Avengers Doomsday, that's exciting. I'd even say Wonder Man is exciting. The concept for that show is really fun. And I'm excited to see how that turns out. Like, I genuinely think that, like, 2024 has been a course correction year. Sorry, 2025 has been a course correction year. 2026 is going to be them saying, okay, we're going to end the multiverse saga with a bang with 2026 and 2027 so that we can start off strong going into the mutant saga in 2028. Chris Pratt as Charlie Kirk. God, that would be so fucking fire. That would be Simona, if you know what I mean. Finally, fully caught up with Stranger Things now. What are your thoughts on it, Chiba? What are your thoughts? I'm curious to know what you think of it. What is the #1 rated movie on Letterboxd? I actually don't know. Is it Fantastic Mr. Fox? Oh, fuck, there's two of them. Oh, wow. What is it? Oh, is it a Kubrick film? Why the crate? Bro, Fantastic Mr. Fox is like one of the most glazed films on Letterboxd. Everyone I fucking follow has that shit at a 5-star, and all of the reviews are fucking positive for that film. Like, you guys don't know how much motion Fantastic Mr. Fox has. What is the #1 highest rated movie on Letterboxd? What is the TPAB of movies? Is it actually? Top, by the way. It didn't even go positive. Didn't even go positive, and I still topped. That's how you know I've got aura. Didn't rank up, though. Who keeps inviting me, dude? I keep getting invites from random fucking people. Who is this guy? Fuck off. Jesus. All these hoes wanted my attention. Let me see how my TikTok's doing. I put up a short and a TikTok. Let me see how that's doing real quick. Oh, Begonia, I'm going to watch that soon. I may even watch that some night this week. I so badly want to watch Begonia, dude. Oh yeah, the link you sent in chat, my bad. My TikTok's doing okay. My TikTok's doing fine. The short is flopping on YouTube though. What is this? I have. She was talking about like a just god or something like that in one of the clips. Erica Kirk is quite the character. Oh, Chad, did you guys see this? Wait, let me click on this and make sure there's no like. Twitter's dangerous to show on stream. Did you guys see this? I retweeted this saying like, "What the fuck?" Wiz, the Tinder for Kids app exposes kids to predators. Congress must act. How can that exist? Like, I fucking retweeted this saying the what? Crazy. How the... Surely that must be illegal to make an app like that, no? A dating app for kids, that has to be illegal. There's no way that it's legal to make an app that is this, right? There's no way. I'm not going to scroll through the replies. Twitter's too dangerous. I don't want to see, like, boobies or anything like that. Don't they just call it a friend app? That's probably some roundabout bullshit that they do for it. By a previous question, what did you say? Smash or pass Erica Kirk? If she wasn't a mega right-wing person, probably smash, to be honest. What? I can think that someone is a complete piece of shit and also admire that they are a good-looking person. Case in point, Sydney Sweeney. Diabolical pick. Oh yeah, there's also this. This is like completely unrelated, but I want to show you guys this because this is pretty fun. Brendan Fraser, so busy gaming, he doesn't notice that an interviewer started. This is just lovely. I love Brendan Fraser. This motherfucker is he's chilling, playing on his Switch, and he has no idea what the fuck is going on. I love this guy. That new Mummy film coming out next year. Brendan Fraser coming back. Brendan Fraser coming back for the Mummy next year. I gotta be careful showing my page because I know I retweeted a thing that has boobies, and that's scary. That's scary. I'm gonna find that tweet. Although the post is from a suspended account. It was this, like for some reason, for one day, a couple weeks ago, on the 20th. It was just I was seeing nothing but tits on my timeline all day. I interact with this shit, okay? I interact with film news, okay? I look at film news, music news, and game news. That's what I use Twitter for the most part, okay? And then I get like memes and other miscellaneous posts. But for some reason, Twitter was just serving me this shit up. And I was like, I don't. Let me look at my fucking. Let me look at my film news, please. Are they putting Leo in Fortnite? I hope so. I hope I can play as Leonardo DiCaprio's character from one battle after another in Fortnite. Film news? I do look at film news. Twitter is where I get all my film news. You dare me to look at Elon's Twitter? The computer just sees I like Radiohead and assumes I'm a huge gooner. Exactly. It's not fair. Elon's Twitter is mid. Grok navigation in a Tesla. What the fuck? Multiculturalism is a paradox. I vow to destroy the woke mind virus. AI data centers in space. Oh my god. Wow, looking at this shit is making me sad. I don't even. I like my Twitter today is looking pretty shit. I can't lie. Now this I can get behind. Yo! Hang on a sec. You need to see. Look at this shit, man. Speaking of Charlie Kirk, speak of him and he will appear. What could possibly be the context? I don't know. Maybe Twitter does have some W's. I just have to scroll down. I did see some pretty funny tweets yesterday because Haley Steinfeld announced that she was pregnant, and the amount of people that were like, it should have been me, should be my kid, shit like that. And I'm like, look, I agree, but still, Jesus. He's coming. Coming? Hang on a sec. He's... Shush. There we go. He's coming, and then you get a scene where they're all like, who? Who could possibly be coming? Who is... Oh, he's coming. Wow. Coming. Yes. Oh, 3C Films. Wait, hang on a sec. Okay, never mind. God, it's all AI shit. It's all AI shit. Like, look at this, man. It's Jesus dressed up in the Israeli gear. Oh, based. Hang on. Based quote tweet. Reminder, Jesus was a Zionist Jew. If he was a Zionist Jew, why did you kill him? Based. Fucking W right here. Historians in 2167 trying to figure out what Charlie Kirk looked like. the fucking dream one. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, Twitter's pulling some W's today. Twitter is funnier than usual today. I take back what I said about it being mid. I take back what I said. All right, chat. I am going to. I'll be in the Discord within the next like probably half an hour. I'll play the next anthology. I'm gonna get the music stream set up. Gonna order myself some. I'm getting McDonald's breakfast again because I'm a big fat fuck, and I'm having McDonald's breakfast again because I want those pancakes are so good. Those pancakes fucking slap. Watch my new short. Like my new short. Okay. I actually like it. The short is a clip from my Queens of the Stone Age tier list. I haven't told you yet, but at my work, I work with an actual neo-Nazi. That is that's interesting. That's an unfortunate pairing right there. It's an unfortunate pairing. I took this. This is just from my Queens of the Stone Age tier list video. It's actually a pretty good review. He's got some fucking wild takes, as most as most neo-Nazis tend to do. Here, I'm gonna put this shit in the chat. I was kind of spitting some fire in this Queens of the Stone Age tier list. It's actually a good video, you know. I was actually like making good points. I think this is a really good review of this album. I think I did well here. Not to fucking like suck my own cock on camera or anything here, but I think I genuinely did provide a good review. And also, it's just a tragedy that this video flopped. Such a good video, and then, you know, 398 views. God rest its soul. Seems like the TikTok garnered it some new views. Six people have discovered the video now, thanks to TikTok. Amazing. Hey, tragedy. Video deserved better than that. Like, the fucking... Look, this video has an incredible thumbnail, but the video itself is, like, mid. Okay? Well, it's not mid, but it's like, not my most interesting reaction video. It's like, it's decent. This deserves more views, damn it. This deserves more views. Devastating. Anyway. That is going to be it for me. Thank you guys for being here. I will be back. Yeah, I'm gonna start going crazy with the shorts again. I'm gonna start going hard on the shorts. Like if I can't think of any, I want to do daily shorts. If I can't think of anything, I dead ass will just do a Spottle short. Like, I want daily shorts. If I can't think of anything, I'll just do Spottle or Bandle or something like that. Or maybe... a short where I do, like, all three Spottle, Bandle, and Framed all in one. Or I could get 3 short. Just react to a single a day. Then all of my shorts become the same thing. I want to do other stuff. Like, I want to do ranking shorts. I want to do blind ranking shorts. I want to do... If I can't think of anything, just put out a Spottle short just for the sake of having a short out that day. It's a waste if I do 3 in 1. I could do them as 3 separate shorts like throughout the day, I guess. Yeah, I want to start going hard on the shorts content again because shorts are good growth. Shorts are good growth, and I want to grow the TikTok as well. Gotta get the TikTok higher in the numbers. How long till our anthology? How long until Anthony? I see. Sorry, I misread the question. That will be, I don't know, probably about half an hour. I'd say about half an hour. But yeah, I'm actually going to go now. I'm actually going to get this shit ordered. And I am going to eat that, and then we will get straight into the anthology stuff. You do realize you don't need to be there, right? You are allowed to go to bed. You are allowed to go to bed. Anyway, I'm actually going to end it here. Yes, you do? Okay. If you say so. I'm actually going to end it here, though. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you in, like, I don't know, half an hour-ish for the next episode of the Beatles Anthology.